Hello and welcome to the Million and One podcast. If this is your first time on the podcast, I'm super excited to have you. I'm literally clapping for you, okay? If this is not your first time on the podcast, then you're welcome back. Yay! I'm excited that you made it. On today's episode, I'm going to be answering some questions, okay? It would delight you to know that this is the last episode for this season, okay? But don't be in a hurry to cry, because I have amazing stuff lined up for season 2. I'm going to be interviewing creatives that have been in the space, that have been in the game for not less than 5 years. So we're talking about jagabans. We're talking about people that have experience, okay? So I'm just going to be like picking their brain a little, just asking them questions, and you can send in your questions, yes. You can send in your questions, and trust me, they are more than excited to, be on the podcast. I've spoken to a couple of them and they literally cannot wait. So be expecting the next season to be out any time from now. Okay? But to stay up to date with news from the podcast, you can follow us on Instagram. That's at Million and One Pod, or you can follow us on Twitter or send us a message on Twitter at @million_, okay? @million_, or you can send us a mail at millionandonepod@gmail.com. The mail is millionandonepod@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram. That's at Demowa. That's the.mowa.mi. the.mowa.mi. You can send me a message on Instagram to stay up to date with news, on answer questions, ask questions. You're more than welcome to ask questions. But I'll just be answering some questions that some people sent to me in this episode, okay? I'll just go right into it. Samuel sent me a mail and I'm going to be answering it right now. So in Samuel's mail, he said, this is Samuel Kayode. And in case if you are wondering what Samuel is, it's actually Samuel in Nigeria English. Samuel sent me a mail, but I like to call it Samuel. So Samuel sent me a mail. He says, "Hi Mommy, thanks for the dealing with hurt episode. In talking about forbearance, what's the place of cutting someone off because of hurt they caused to you? Do you think we should?" Samuel, this is a very dicey one, but I'll attempt to answer it. I stand to be corrected though. And yeah, send me what you think on Instagram. I'll be waiting for you. So, from my experience, most times when people say they want to cut someone off, they do not do it in a redemptive manner. They literally shut the door and the person can't come back. And I know there's a temptation to do that because of how hurt you are. But you must realize that people are journeying, right? And people don't always get it right. And the fact that you are able to see that this person isn't getting this thing right, I believe it's because of the kind of access you have to that person, because of how close you are to that person. So if you're able to see, okay, this person isn't getting this thing right, then you should be able to speak to the person, hoping that the person is open to rebuke, is open to correction, and all of that. But I know that there's some things that some people do, and you literally cannot take it at that point in time. I would say take a step back, okay? Don't forget to uphold the person in prayer, because as much as people want to change, they also need help, and not just help from humans, but they also need the help from the Holy Spirit, because you can only try. Okay? Yeah. So if you can forbear. Trust me, you can do it. You're probably strong on the thing you're seeing someone weak at. So for example, if I know how to speak to someone gracefully, or rather if I speak to people gracefully, if I know my way with words, and I can communicate effectively, and I'm seeing someone struggle and the person just speaking rudely and speaking harshly, I can forbear with that person, hoping that the person sees how I communicate with people, and when necessary, I draw the person's attention to things the person isn't getting right. And then with time and over, because you corrected somebody once doesn't mean the person is going to get it immediately. So with time and patience, that way you are helping your brother, you're helping your sister, you're helping your friend become a better person. Yeah, so that's it. Did I answer your question? Let me read again. What's the place of cutting someone off? Yeah, also you can cut someone off if and only if. Yeah, this I now remember why I said most times when people say they want to cut someone off, they don't do it in a redemptive way. Make sure that the cutting of the person isn't your first resolve, isn't what you would normally want to. Make sure you have like an attitude of patience, of forbearance. Okay, don't be in a hurry to cut people off. That's why I said people are on a journey. Don't be in a hurry to cut people off, because what you want to cut someone off might just be one very tiny thing that the person is probably going to outgrow in the next months, and you're not patient enough. Okay, but you can give the person some space. You can, but don't throw the person side dustbin. That's the cocoa of what I'm trying to say. As much as you want to give people space and all of that, do not throw people inside dustbin. Don't condemn people because of their character. Character is just the fly that is dancing around the icing. Okay, I know it can be a very big fly and it can be in your eyes and it can be very annoying, but then look beyond. Okay, look to the beauty that the person carries and see if you're willing to stay. Yeah, and make sure that if at all you want to leave, it's not your first option. And most often than not, I would advise that you speak to someone else. Okay, and also make sure that you've been instructed not just by people you trust, but by the Spirit of God. Yeah, to shift from that person. But most importantly, uphold the person in prayer, because no one is beyond redemption. Okay, second question is by Ezra. What's his question again? He was asking about the Sweater Girl episode and was asking if the Sweater Girl still wears sweaters. Still wears sweaters. Forgive me, guys. I think I'm excited. No, the Sweater Girl doesn't wear sweater every day. She just wears it when the weather is cold. And I don't know if it excites you, but I read that piece about myself. Yeah, that whole secondary school scenario, that was me. I used to wear sweater. For those people that remember or who went to the same school I did, who remember me around that time, from SS1 I was always wearing sweater. Hey, wait, there's sun, there's rain, there's thunder, there was one time they even announced on assembly ground that you are going to get meningitis. What? No, I wasn't going to remove that sweater. No, and I think thinking back, I actually know. I don't just think. I know it was insecurity, but I'm really glad I was able to move past that. Okay, that piece is very personal to me, very very personal to me. But either ways, it is what it is. So no, she's not wearing sweater every day. She's just wearing sweater when the place is cold. And trust me, she has a very cool collection of sweaters right now. With that being said, you can send in your questions to Instagram, to Twitter. You can send me mails. I'll definitely respond to you. And because I don't want to make this episode too long, I'll see you on Instagram stories, Instagram feed, in my DM or in the mail. In the meantime, thank you for sticking around this long. It's been an amazing ride. It's been an amazing ride. Week in, week out. You listen, you tune into the podcast. I'm sending kisses your way. Thank you so much. Okay? So catch you in the next season. And yeah, be ready for some touching up. And by that I mean the cover art is going to change. Probably have a jingle and just some amazing stuff. Okay, till I catch you next time. Love, live, and be full of light. Bye.